Oh my goodness. The scale of this place. The extravagance. The wealth. The scenery. Wow. We spent a couple of days in Las Vegas now. We've seen the old strip. We went up to the Hoover Dam. Of course, visited the grave of Captain Kirk out here in Valley of Fire. And today, for my last day in Las Vegas, I figure it's time to take a walk down the strip. Where's the crosswalk? Oh, the crosswalk is a bridge. See, when I go somewhere on my own dime, I am always filming. But when someone else invites me and puts me up, like on this trip, I have to split my time between filming and editing, and of course, hanging out with my host. So this is one of those trips where I've been doing triple duty. And I have to tell you, boy, am I getting tired. That's why I thought today a walk down the strip might just be the thing to wake me up. Check this out over here across the street at Treasure Island. They have a Marvel Avengers station over there. Kind of like what they have in the launch bay at Disneyland for the Marvel heroes. Makes sense that given for a lot of adults, this is sort of their Disneyland. Treasure Island always sort of fascinates me. It was originally built as a completely pirate-themed Vegas hotel and casino geared at bringing in families. It was built during this weird time period in the 90s where Vegas was trying to be more and more family friendly. It turned out to be a lot more difficult to lure families, especially with kids, out to Sin City, so that was all largely abandoned within 10 or so years. But you can still see past some of the newer buildings at the old Pirates of the Caribbean look of Treasure Island. And more importantly, there's still a big chunk of Buccaneer Bay, the area in front of the hotel, where although it's dramatically cut down, you can still see the pirate ships. 2 pirate ships, as a matter of fact. One for the bad pirates and one for the good guys. Well, one of these ships, and don't quote me on which because I only saw it once years ago and I barely remember, but one of these pirate ships actually sunk during the battles out here. And who else would Steve Wynn hire to create a sinking giant mechanical pirate ship but my friend, Disney Imagineer and legend, Bob Gurr. Bob actually told me a story once about working for Steve Wynn on the pirate ships for Treasure Island, and as they're moving the pirate ship down Las Vegas Boulevard, there was a certain celebrity on board one of the ships that Steve Wynn wanted to introduce Bob Gurr to. He was really excited about making this introduction. Of course, when Michael Jackson, who was hiding on board, popped his head up and saw Steve Wynn and Bob Gurr, he goes, "Bob!" He knew Bob Gurr already. Turns out that Bob Gurr had already done some work for Michael Jackson. Dude, that guy gets around, I'm telling you. Well, all of this out here used to be the scene of a big climactic pirate battle. But after they realized that their long-running free pirate show out here wasn't really bringing in the family-friendly bucks, they converted the show to a much more adult-oriented show on the pirate ships called Sirens, I believe, which is the reason that today the ships look a little more nude. Finally, they realized they could make a lot more money with shops out here than they could with pirate shows of any kind. And 3 years ago, the whole having a show outside of Treasure Island was scrapped. Nowadays, there's only just enough water in Buccaneer Bay to keep these 2 ships from being completely grounded and stranded in the desert. But hey, they're still here, so who knows? We might get another pirate ship show in the future. Doubtful, but maybe. Kind of crazy if you think about it. We take Las Vegas for granted. Of course there's a city out here in the desert. Of course there's a replica of Venice along this old desert street. But 100 years ago, there was nothing out here. Sure, maybe a couple of old West style saloons, maybe a train stop or something like that. There was no legalized gambling 100 years ago. There was no cheap electricity from Hoover Dam. Heck, there wasn't even any water out here. Now you can take a freaking gondola ride, for crying out loud. That's pretty crazy. See, everything out here is so huge and crazy, overblown and overdone. I'm kind of worried that someday I'm going to go to the real Venice and I'll be disappointed at how small the real Venice is compared to the Vegas Venice. We'll see. Of course, all this crazy theming isn't just outside. Oh no, this all extends indoors too. Look at all of this. How's that for theming, huh? 4-hour drive from LA, and you're in Old Venice. No passport required. And not just indoors, but outdoors in Italy as well. This always trips me out. Of course, Caesar's Palace, I think, was the first one to do this whole indoor-outdoor thing here. But something about the indoor outside of the Venetian really weirds me out. When I'm walking, I have the weirdest sensation that the clouds are moving. That's very scary. That is not a statue. That's a people. Well done. Well done. Very scary. Didn't realize I was a person until the blink. The most terrifying blink ever. I'm getting out of here. Anyway, those clouds aren't moving. They just seem like they are. And check this out. We can ride in a romantic gondola inside as well. Or is it outside? It's inside. It's outside. Oh, pasta, spaghetti, linguine too. Listen to that guy. He should go on The Voice. He'd win. See, these casinos and the malls inside some of them are freaking huge. I am now, no exaggeration, completely turned around and lost. And I haven't seen any of this yet. So I'm already in a totally new part of the casino. Oh, what a fun one. Just remember, kids, no spitting off these bridges. No matter how jealous you are of the people in the gondolas, spitting is rude. Sure are a lot of fancy stores in here. Okay, let's see. What's this? It's another place. And there's another different creepy statue man here. And a lot of people looking at him. I don't think he's gonna move, folks. All right, as much as I love watching people take fun pics, I gotta get out of here. That is, if I can figure out how. Must follow the signs. Oh, thank goodness we made it. They definitely like keeping you and your money indoors in this town. This is crazy, this crazy Jetsons moving sidewalk just going over a hill inside this giant bridge over the street. That is, something you don't see every day. Something you don't see every day. They also have a pretty rad Madame Tussauds wax museum here. I don't think I've actually ever been in a wax museum, at least not since I was a kid. Someday I've got to check out Madame Tussauds, even though honestly wax figures kind of freak me out, especially the more realistic they are. Okay, we finally made it past the Venetian. That's just one casino. There are, of course, dozens of them, and it seems like each one is bigger than the last. For the most part, the actual casino parts of all of these resorts are pretty much the same. Roulette, poker, craps, blackjack tables, and of course, plenty of slot machines. Some are nicer than others, but they're usually dark and smoky, and you see a lot of people losing their money, and there's a lot of drinking going on there, and it's just really not my thing. I'm a lot more interested in the theming. Oh my gosh. What the heck? I didn't think I would see you so far away. Here's $1 for you, Mickey. Or I'll give it to Minnie. There you go. Hey, Mickey Mouse. It's nice to see you so far away from Disneyland. Are you guys on vacation in Vegas? Yeah. Good for you. I hope you win. Bye, Mickey. That's the scariest thing that's ever happened in my life. You guys, I don't want to startle you. I played along and everything, but I don't think that that's the real Mickey and Minnie. And I'm about 29% sure. Las Vegas is kind of scary. Anyway, as I was about to say before, I was terrified by the specter of a very impostery Mickey Mouse. What I'm the most interested in Vegas is the theming. The Venetian may be good, because Venice, of course, is very impressive. But what could be more impressive than the power of Rome? Ladies and gentlemen, the younger of you in the audience will know it best as the site of the movie The Hangover. It's the world-famous star of the silver screen, Caesar's Palace. Oh, and speaking of the silver screen, it looks like they're actually filming something in front of it right now. Could be a commercial, could be a movie, a TV show, you never know, but they're filming right over there. Must not be too top secret because they're letting me walk through here. Well, I didn't see Brad Pitt or anything over there, but I did see a big white dog. So if you see a movie about a big white dog who goes to Caesar's Palace and loses it all, that's probably it filming right there. Of course, right out front of the front door of Caesar's Palace is where the guys from The Hangover are standing when they notice a mattress impaled on a statue up there. Pretty cool. Zach Galifianakis and little Carlos were hanging out right here. Let's just hope our time at Caesar's Palace is a little better than theirs. I do not want to be attacked by a tiger today. Ah, yes. There's Caesar's Casino, and there's Caesar himself. Gotta rub his fingers for luck before you head in to lose all your money. Caesar's, of course, is very nice inside. Only fitting for the palace of an emperor. As cool as The Hangover is, I was in here the other day and remembered another big movie filmed at Caesar's with a couple of small-time unknown actors you may have never heard of, Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. Of course, they did a lot of gambling in the casino, although we're not supposed to be filming in the casino right now. And they also get that sick high roller suite where they dance upstairs, which I don't have access to. And they also have that famous elevator scene from Rain Man, or escalator rather. Those escalators were removed in a remodel. So the Rain Man stuff is tough to get to in Caesar's Palace, but there is one spot over here where there's a good scene with Dustin Hoffman. Right over here at this bar next to Cleopatra's Barge is where Dustin Hoffman, aka Raymond Babbitt, aka the Rain Man, was sitting right over here when that girl came up to him and asked him if he wanted to have a date. Oh, I could definitely go on a date. Very nice date. We could go on a very nice date. I'm a good dancer. That's pretty cool. Normally at night, there's no curtain right here and you can see this ship. But for some reason or other right now, Cleopatra's Barge is all covered up except the prow. I'm told this is another thing people often like to touch for good luck in the casino. I'd give it a try, but it seems rude. Also, it's a very popular photo spot. Now that's a fun pick. For everyone. Fun for the whole family. Rain Man is cool. I like Rain Man. Great movie. But there's something even weirder, even cooler that I'd like to see at Caesar's Palace. But it's not in the casino. To see this, we're gonna have to go into the Forum. It's the great granddaddy of what we saw at the Venetian. The Forum shops at Caesar's. The first time I ever came to Vegas, this is where I went, and I was blown away. Would you look at the size of that statuary? Look at the size of that dome! Everywhere you look, replicas of Roman gods and goddesses, frescoes and features everywhere, and of course, out here, the original Vegas indoor outdoors. Or outdoor indoors? Outdoor indoors? Indoor outdoors. And this one has some pretty cool special features. Like terrifying chairs in the shape of Roman busts. That I would not want in my house. At all. This epic freaking fountain featuring a Pegasus and King Triton over there. I know it's Neptune. Would you look at the size of that Pegasus? Oh, there's tons of gods and goddesses on this thing. And more than one Pegasus. That's one heck of a flying horse. Of course, there are a lot of very fancy shops in here. A little out of my league. But there is an attraction that even I can afford in here. By the way, do you notice the lights changing on the ceiling? It's a whole crazy cycle. Dawn to dusk. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Back here in the back, right past the Apple Store, is another giant fountain. And this one not only contains its own aquarium, but also puts on a free show. Check this out right here. This fountain puts on a show about the Fall of Atlantis. And just like the mermaids the other day, this is not happening at the moment as I walk up on it. But I am told that it will happen again in 45 minutes or so. So that's a good thing. I tried to film this last year, but it is so loud and muffled and kind of old and weird, so the sound quality is not going to be great. But still, I gotta show you guys this thing. In the meantime, I guess we can come behind the show area and check out the aquarium. Lots of rubble from Fall of Atlantis in here. Oh, and Dory! Dory's here! Oh, also some stingrays. I think they're trying to look out there and watch the screens. There's nothing a stingray loves more than television. Boy, these stingrays are very friendly. Again, I've got to warn you, you're not going to understand a single word any of the characters are saying in this. But the basic premise is that King Atlas has to decide which of his children are going to rule Atlantis for him. And, spoiler alert, his weird kids get pretty weird about it. Uh-oh. Here we go. I love how Atlantis has nothing to do with ancient Rome. But oh well, either way, things are starting to happen. People are starting to murmur. Ooh, lights, camera, action. Ooh, there's the king.
Our magic crystal, source of our strength, was brutally extinguished.
I don't know what's happening, but he's talking about magic crystals. Magic crystals are always good. Oh, there comes the daughter over there. Oh, and here comes the son. Boy, it's loud in here.
No, Father. Choose me to inherit the throne. My fire conquers the darkest night and kisses each day with brilliant light.
Sick fire sword.
I claim my children, destroy no hope.
Enlisted with Hades.
They're fighting. Fire versus water. Sweet.
I'm your liar, and then I will be king.
Uh-oh, something's happening. Uh-oh. The gods are destroying Atlantis! What the heck? What in the world is that? Reptar is angry! Atlantis is being destroyed! Whoa. What in the world did I just watch? That muffly voice just said, "You have witnessed the fall of Atlantis." People look confused. I am also very confused. Very confused. King Atlas's kids, the fire and the water lady are fighting. And the gods are angry, so his throne turns into Reptar and destroys Atlantis. Weird. I honestly don't know what to do with that. I still don't understand magic crystals. But now I do want a sick fire sword. That was awesome. Anyway, free show at Caesar's Palace. Every hour on the hour. Ha! Hey look! It's me 15 years ago. It's crazy to think that Caesar built all this and his son can barely run a pizza place. Ooh, looks like the sun is going down inside. I honestly have no clue if it's up outside. It's very disorienting in here. Ooh, finally I'm away from the artificial sky. Now I can head outside back to the real sky. But dude, look at the size of this room right here. This is the mall entrance, and there's something very weird and very cool in here. See that spiral staircase leading to the bottom floor and out to the street? That's no staircase at all. That's a spiral escalator. A spiral escalator. I can't even understand how this works. My brain will not compute. Look at that. How freaking weird is that? Spiral escalators. Weird. Dude. Spiral escalator. Somewhere nearby, people are gambling millions of dollars in casinos, and I'm impressed with the spiral escalator. What are you gonna do? It just blows my mind. Blows Moby's mind too. All right, back out on the strip. Well, outside, the real sun is going down. The bright lights of Las Vegas are being lit. And I'm sure now my friends are waiting for me to spend our last night in Vegas. Guys, it's been real. It's been fun. And it's been real fun. But it's time for me to go finish doing my duty so that tomorrow I can go home and sleep well. Check out the links below in the description. Watch me for the changes, and I'll see you guys in Randomland. Pegasus, flying horse, I've heard of that before. Pretty normal, but I've never heard of a fish horse before. It's a horse with creepy bat wings and the tail of a fish. There's no such thing as an underwater fish horse. Oh, wait a minute. Seahorse. Okay, seahorse joke. That's a good one. Okay, I think that's all I've got now. Oh wait, maybe sea biscuit, huh? Sea biscuit. Okay, yeah, that's not funny. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme, Beauty and the Beast. Goodbye, guys. See you later. Now those ones are definitely the real thing.